Welcome to PrimeTime's demonstration of the eTimeclock portal restrictive punching. To begin, we need to set up the IP addresses that we'll want the eTimeclock or the employees that utilize the eTimeclock to be able to clock in and out from. So we go to Configuration and Punch Location. Right here we have the ability to add new punch location. So I'm going to set up one, and we'll just put in some IP address and save it. We could continue to add new locations and IP addresses if we had multiple locations that we needed employees to clock in and out from. Right now we're just going to use the one to demonstrate the effectiveness of the locations. The second step to this is to modify the eTimeclock profile to reject unknown locations. So effectively not allowing the employees to clock in from anywhere except for locations that you've put in the system. So we go to the eTimeclock, and I've got 3 different profiles here. We click Edit on the profiles that contain the people that we want to restrict. And right down here we're going to select Reject Unknown Locations and click Save. Now I can have multiple profiles in here, and I could choose just to put certain people on a restriction and other people to be able to clock in and out from wherever they happen to be at. So if you've got people that work from home, or they have a dynamic address that you cannot pin down, then you can attach them to a policy that doesn't check for the location or restrict them to a specific location. So right now we're just using the location restriction on the standard profile. So I'm going to click on the eTimeclock, and that brings up the employee portal. I just click here. I'm going to enter in a number from somebody that's assigned to this employee portal, and we'll try to clock in. Click OK. Maybe I want to try a department, and click OK, and immediately it pops up an invalid location. Contact your system administrator. So the employee cannot clock in or out from here. We can decide to end. It's still not going to let. Cancel. They're not able to do anything here. They can't go to lunch, return. It's just going to pop up invalid for them. They can, however, view their timesheets and approve the timesheets if the employee is supposed to be approving them. They will be able to view their PTO balance, and they'll be able to request time off. But they will not be able to punch in or out from anywhere except for the defined IP address that you assign them. Now it's important to mention that the IP address needs to be the IP address of your internet router, and it should be a static IP address. Generally, when a router inside a company is rebooted for any reason, or power is lost and that router comes back on, if it just has a dynamically configured IP address, then that address is likely to change on a power cycle of the router, which means your employees would have difficulties logging in and out until you got the new address and placed it inside the punch location area. A static IP address is one that has been assigned that does not change. Being able to edit an address, should it change, is as simple as coming in and putting the new one inside here. This concludes the tutorial on the punch locations for denying users the ability to clock in from the employee portal unless they're at the right location.